CTN, an early season test between two top 20 teams in girls hockey here in the state of Minnesota as the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids girls hockey squad travels west to take on the Elks of Elk River. Good evening. Alongside Howie Shapiro, I'm J.W. Cox filling in for Joe Young for this one. And Howie, this is part of an early season schedule for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids that is going to test this team really right out of the gates.
Yeah, you talk about 4 teams in the top 10 of the state that it's going to test exactly where they are this season. We did the game last Saturday against Wayzata, number 10, coming in, and this team in SLPCR held their own, did a great job, and they're going to have another test here against Elk River, who's got their first contest of the year.
Coach Sandy Nelson's squad gave up a couple of power play goals to Wayzata, and that was really the difference in a 4-3 final there. And you're right, on the other side, it is the first game of the season for the number 7 Elk River Zimmerman Elks. And these two teams in the Northwest Suburban both finished in the top 5 of the conference a season ago. As you see Coach Sager in his 3rd season here with the Elks. He was a longtime assistant prior to coming back here as the head coach of the Elks. Last year they went 19-5-4, 21-5-1 for the Cardinal Panthers, Spring Lake Park CR, as these two teams combined for 20 wins. And again, bringing some players back, and if you look at SLPCR and it's the players coming back like Hannah Schultz, Brenda Del Castillo, they got the scoring going the last game against Wayzata, including a goal from Del Castillo.
Yeah, and she came back from last year, 42 points from a year ago. And Brenda's one of the leaders on this team. They're looking for offensive production from her. As you mentioned, a goal in the game against Wayzata. So she's one of those players for SLPCR that will try and get some opportunities in front of the net.
Looking to fill in for the top scorer, Taylor Turnquist, who graduated and went on to play at Clarkson for the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids squad. And on the other side for the Elks, they bring back some scoring, and it's going to start with Shayelle McLean. Westergaard also bringing back some goals, but Shay McLean, 12 goals, 23 assists a season ago.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Sager, I said, who's that player on your team this year that you're looking for that leadership? And she was the first person that he thought of. And you're right, 35 points from a season ago, looking to get this Elk River team off to a good start, looking for that offensive production from her.
And that is where it's going to have to start. Both of these teams searching for who will fill in at the top and be the scorer. We'll find out a lot about these two teams in the next couple of hours. It's the Elks, it's Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, it's girls hockey tonight on CTN. Final strains of the national anthem back here in Elk River, the Elk River Ice Arena. Coach Sandy Nelson and her squad, 2nd game of the season. As we mentioned, that game on the road against Wayzata, they'll finally get to come back home, but albeit against a very tough team, as Howie mentioned, against Blaine, welcoming them into Fogarty, which also happens to be their home rink too, but it will be a home game for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. On the other side, Dale Sager as well. But we talked about it. These are two teams that, though they lost top scorers, because Elk River did too, losing their top scorer from a season ago, Brianna Simon, to Hamlin, they've still got a lot of candidates that can make both of these teams high-powered offenses.
No question about it. And having a chance to talk to Coach Nelson, I said, what are some of the things that you liked from that loss? I mean, you don't obviously like a loss, but what are the things you took away from that? And said they thought they played really competitively. The biggest thing is they need to stay out of the box tonight. 2 of their 4 goals by Wayzata were on the power play. So those are some of the things that she'd like to clean up here against Elk River.
Take a look at these starters as we come into Game 2 for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. Game 1 for the Elks. Corrigan, Del Castillo, Carmian as the starting front line. Northwest, Hannah Schultz, Sammy Miller in goal. The defense back there, Shay McLean, Westergaard, Cornick. The front line, Cornick, Jenna Cornick on the defense, Kennedy Mitchell, and then Megan Jung will be in net. We didn't mention that much, but Sammy Miller on one side, 13 wins a season ago, just 33 goals allowed in her 17 games. And Megan Jung on the other side, not as many games played in 10 games, but still just allowed 20 goals on the other side for the Elks.
Yeah, both two very good goaltenders. Sammy Miller played an excellent game against Wayzata, really kept SLPCR in that game.
Gave up those 4 goals, but still 90% as she faced almost 30 shots in that one. And she has the action right in front of her to start this one. Defense to work it back out thanks to Northwest, who did have an assist. Just the 9th grader for Spring Lake Park CRs. They skate right to left here. All of this in the attacking end, trying to extract it from there against the Elks. Burned up this near side by Hannah Schultz. Really an attacking defenseman for Spring Lake Park CR a season ago. Did have 16 goals and 25 assists. First whistle draws back out to neutral ice.
Yeah, and she did have a very pretty goal against Wayzata to make the score 4-3 with about a little over 2 minutes remaining in the contest to give her squad an opportunity.
3-goal second period, including those 2 power play goals that Howie mentioned. Put Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids on the upside down end going into the third. Taken into the zone on the right side by Laura Shamir, excuse me. Lost it back behind the goal line. Played away up towards center ice. It slips past Del Castillo. So a chase and an icing coming back on the other end.
Yeah, and coaching, talking to Coach Sager, I think the thing he's trying to learn, he wants to see where his team is at. You know, you can do so much in a scrimmage, but until you have that first live action, you just really don't know, where your squad is. He's got a lot of younger players. He wants to see how those younger players step up here tonight.
He's familiar with what they've done up here at Elk River. He was an assistant from 2004 to 2012. He bounced around up in the North Metro after that. Sydney Simikevich takes it down the near side boards. Working down into the corner. Right back out up top. Haas fired the shot down in towards the blue paint. It trickles free past Young and swatted out of there by the defense. A chance on the doorstep, a couple swings at it. Coon Rapids, Spring Lake Park couldn't knock it home.
Yeah, really good opportunity for SLPCR in that situation. Had that empty net, just couldn't get an opportunity to put the puck inside it.
So back down on their defensive end. And you see the 9th grade defender hassling below the goal line. As things force into the corner, it's taken out by Jordan Keller. Sucked right back in there. Maddie Bloomquist fighting for it. Finally able to get it down the ice. We'll come right back as Young touches it up there.
And they wanted to get a line change, so they decided just to alleviate the pressure down in their end, and they're going to get it right back. Face off to the right of Sammy Miller.
Elk River second in the Northwest Suburban Conference a season ago with their 11-2-4 mark. Same amount of wins in conference as Spring Lake Park CR. A couple more losses for the squad in red and blue. And again, good defensive work. Miller never had to make a save on that. It was taken back out, now lost at the blue line. Back in on Miller. Steers it away to the right side. Kennedy Mitchell working it back in for the Elks, and now SLPCR brings it back. Schultz down on the near side, fires it wide. Trickles in back from behind. Del Castillo picks it up at the blue line. Was just able to hold it in. Fraser on the far side with it. Puck slapped away from her and sit down below the goal line and taken back out by the Elks. Out of the zone, but then dumped right back in by Northwest. Trickles once again. The good side of the blue line for Spring Lake Park's Coon Rapids. Elks able to pick it up. Maria Westergaard takes it, short angle shot, and just missed it behind the net instead, but she put a rifle shot on that one. Back behind Miller. Stands tall on those skates. It's punched out of the zone momentarily. Ashley Peters make that. Madison Bazal moves it back in. She'll fire wide, but picked up with the glove of Miller.
Well, the Elks starting to mount a little offensive pressure, and Westergaard did a nice job of playing the SLPCR player off the puck and using her body to get that shot that you mentioned that whistled past Miller.
Face-off off to her left after that glove save. Poked down into the corner. You brought up an excellent point, Howie, when you come to these two teams together, specifically for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, at the early part of a season, as the puck is in down on Jung and she'll cover it up. We're talking about soccer, and that happens to be the sport that a lot of these girls for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids play And in that case, it's against each other because it's
Correct.
not a co-op there,
Yeah.
and it's just fun to see.
No doubt about it. See, again, because I'm going to almost call them the Cardinals, the SLPCR squad, getting that puck inside, trying to keep that in their zone.
So they off the face-off, have it down in the corner. Bezcalo chases back behind the goal, moves it back up to Schultz for the blue line, powers it off the boards, back down to Bezcalo. Trying to keep everything moving in behind the net. Almost 4 minutes gone here. Couple of shots, couple of chances for SLPCR. One good chance. Burned pass. Now Miller has to make a glove save. She knocks it down. Del Castillo ran into her own teammate as Northwest cut in front of her, so they couldn't win possession cleanly. Elks able to keep it in. Under 13 we go here in the first period. Elks working all the way back up to the top with Riley Springman. Springman 5 goals, 11 assists a season ago as the puck trickles into the far side circle and slapped back out by the defense for SLPCR.
Yeah, again, just trying to alleviate that pressure in front of the net, just clearing the puck down the length of the ice and regrouping, getting an opportunity to work your defense.
Shot fired in. Kept alive by Miller. We'll see if that's something she continues to do, or as this game gets later, starts to swallow some of those up. Settle for a face-off. Redo it here. 10-1-1 at home a season ago for the Elks.
They're definitely a club to be reckoned with, no doubt. You know, coming in as that number 7 preseason rating in the state. Coach Sager says, you know, really ratings don't mean anything, but you know, we'll take that if they're going to give it to us.
Call it a position of strength
Yes.
to start from. Whistle here. It's going to be interference. I believe that's Springman.
Yeah, first opportunity for SLPCR to go on the power play.
So Springman in for 2 for interference. 5 minutes in, deep shot fired by Schultz and swallowed up by Jung, near side post. Went for the quick shot. Now another face-off up to the stick side of Jung. This is what Hannah Schultz can do.
Oh yeah, she the goal she scored the other night was just a very pretty one. Just a little wrist shot to the far side.
Shea McLean takes it shorthanded. Just had it poked off her stick by Del Castillo, so a good defensive stop there by the forward Del Castillo. Move it back to Schultz as she enters it into the zone. Near side circle. Skater floating inside of hers, Corrigan. Goes down inside to Sivakevich below the goal line. Floating pass back from out behind the goal. Touch to the near side for Schultz. Has trouble settling. Still fires on. Might have caught a piece of something metal. I think it was the back of the goal. Back in behind Jung. Sent all the way back down with 1:15 to go here in this power play. 11.5 to go in the first period. First penalty comes on the Elks here in this game. A couple of long shots from Hannah Schultz. All SLPCR has been able to muster. That time is just dumped in by Corrigan as the Cardinal Panthers will try and get a change here.
Not a lot of opportunities by either squad yet here early on. Just a couple of shots on goal by both teams.
Short-handed Westgard tries to turn the corner and lost it onto the stick of Schultz. They'll move it around out their own blue line and then push it ahead. Move deep into the zone, left there by Bezcalo. Under 30 seconds to go in the advantage, and it's cleared back out by Elk River. All the way back to Miller. She's able to play it forward. Now just 20 seconds to go. Northwest trying to work up the near side boards. Stick got her there. So we may, for another 10 seconds, there will be another extra advantage, plus another chance at about 1:50 of power play time.
Well, an opportunity for SLPCR to see if they can take advantage of this. Very little time on the two-skater advantage, but nonetheless, they will have that advantage again.
That one on McLean. You get one of the top scorers off the ice also, even though it'll be shorthanded. So 5-on-3 for another 6 seconds here. Out to Schultz, takes the long shot, just missed the post. There was not a glove there. She had a little bit of net to work with. Now it's back to 5-on-4. Puck deflected in front and then sent wide, skittering across the blue paint. Now a minute 39 to go in the second power play of the game. First unsuccessful. Spring Park, Coon Rapids back into it. Del Castillo slips down. Looking to get Corrigan with some possession of the puck in the far corner. She can. Minute 20 remaining. Here in the advantage. Here comes Del Castillo. Also had a goal in that first game. Slides it back to the left. Descalo will just walk it all the way behind the net. Back to a floating Del Castillo. Backwards she goes to the blue line. Gets it right back. Right to the middle. Shoved in front of the net. Had a couple of players there to deflect. Could not. Taken away on the stick of the Elks. Left to center ice and Northwest, who drew that last penalty and still has us at the man advantage for Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids. Pushed it down into the corner. Taken right back out. The offsides is going to bring it back. So 39 to go here in the power play. Neutral ice face-off. No, they're going to bring it back down to the other ends.
Schultz again, she wound up and fired that puck, but just a little wide.
You can see it there. It was screened by one of the defenders, but she had a little bit of open net.
Yeah, she did. And give credit to Elk River doing a nice job on their penalty kill.
Killed off 10 seconds of a 5-on-3, and now have kept that momentum going on the penalty kill. Working with down towards 20 seconds to go, facing the disadvantage. Schultz will take it across, skates in deep along the goal line, just had it plucked off her stick for a moment. Good defense behind Allison Fisher. Back in below the net. Liz Zerat moves it back up along the boards and gets it back. Fired to the middle, looking for Schultz between the circles. Pass didn't get to her, deflected away again, and that's going to put him at full strength. Flying in comes McLean. So 0 for 2 on their first power play opportunities.
Well, Coach Sager, I'm sure, does not like to see the amount of penalties that the first 2 penalties, but the fact that his team has been able to take care of those, gotta like that as well.
Down the slot, shot goes wide. Kornick. Mitchell floating down. Mitchell was the one that fired it in. Puck loose, trickles back out, chance to bring it out. Sivakevich going up against 2 defenders right in her face, has it deflected towards the boards right in front of the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids bench. Shot fired in front towards the far side post. Miller deflects it back with the pads. Coming up on 7.5 to play here in the first period. Some initial shots, the 2 power play opportunities for SLPCR. Everybody's still with the 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and just really able to get 1 shot on goal in those 2 opportunities.
Smooth pass right to the front. Missed a couple of sticks, then trickles all the way back out to Mitchell, the defender. Sends it back down. For the Elks, who will reset back out towards the top. Mitchell gets it. High point just inside the blue line. Skates to the far side circle. Dodges a couple of defenders. Thought she had a look and sent it wide. And pressure still on.
Nice job moving that puck inside and getting that opportunity.
Kelsey King backhanded it to the corner. Turned over there and taken out. Maddie Bloomquist. Down she goes through the near side circle. Fire the shot that was deflected by the skate of Young. Back come the Elks. 6:40 and counting. Here in period number 1. Down below the goal line. Right back out in front off the pads. Madison Bazal took it coast to coast. Sammy Miller staying tough. Puck trickles out in front. Bloomquist down to the seat of her pants. Ended up on top of that puck for a second. Just able to shovel it out to the far side corner. Puck tipped away. Defense out in front. Jordan Keller poked the puck away. Del Castillo sends it down across the goal line. Coming up on the 6-minute mark here in the first period. First game for the Elks. SLPCR trying to even their record at 1 apiece. Right in front, Corrigan couldn't get a full swing at that. Puck trickles off. Schultz back defensively. Behind her own blue line, tried to fire it across. It was deflected down. McLean doggedly after it. Instead, it's up to Corrigan. Enters the zone. 3 defenders back there. Tried to get it right side. Looking for Bezcalo. Couldn't find her. Puck trickles back. Mitchell trying to hold it in. Instead, it's cleared back out. Kornick plays it backwards. That's Jenna Kornick, the defensive Kornick of the two sisters for the Elks. Does work it all the way down past the goal line. Sends it right back out in front. Save for Miller. Miller got the pads down quick as a wing.
Yeah, she has such good reaction time. Does a nice job of looking where the puck is on the ice.
Taken away right at the blue line. Mikevich up ice. Pass goes there, too close quarters. Couldn't handle it. Now SLPCR has to chase. To the near side. Bloomquist can't hold it down. King takes it. King with Schultz back as the lone defender. King waits, and that cost her. She never got the shot away as she walked it right to the goal line. Elks still with possession. Back to King. Again angling towards that near side post, and again it's tapped away. Defensively out in front. King goes again, and this time blocker save moved off to the right. Miller continues to stay tough against some better pressure here over the last 3 minutes from the Elks.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job of pressuring inside. And really, most of the action's been down in the SLPCR end. Another power play.
Third penalty on the Elks. So that's going to come up on Madison Bazal.
Well, again, you have players spend enough time in the penalty box. Something has to give. The third opportunity for SLPCR. See if they can be successful in this instance. But
stick up high.
Yep, high sticking there.
Both players were caught up for a second. Then she had that motion bumping her down. So attacking off to the left for the final 4 minutes of this period. We'll get at least minute 40 of power play time here. Still to go. No shots yet as it's taken away by the Elks. Nearly had a break there for a shorthanded chance. Just deflected at the blue line. Corrigan got the stick on that. Schultz up to Del Castillo, and it's turned over again at the blue line. Pesky Drea Westergaard. Again tries to come up and swipe that puck away, but it's into Bezcalo this time. Flies up the near side boards outside the circle. Backhanded pass right in front for Corrigan. She couldn't connect. Coming up on a minute gone here in the third power play of this first period. Springman flying across the blue line with it. Lost the puck, she'll just send it around the boards. Under 3 to go in the period. Pass a little too strong, looking for Del Castillo.
I'll give credit to this Elk River penalty kill unit. They've really been superior. They've done a nice job defensively at the blue line, clearing pucks that the SLPCR team trying to get inside.
Mitchell unabated across the blue line, fires the shot in a dangerous spot there, but it found the glove of Miller. She drops it right back down on the deck. Maybe a break. Brazier far side, pops it up in front of Jung. She couldn't corral. Luckily her defense gets back there in time to move it to the far side. 15 seconds to go in the power play opportunity. Drops down below the goal line, maybe a chance for one last shot. Brazier was right in the middle there. Instead, it goes back out. Bloomquist sent it in towards the stick of Brazier in front. She redirects it to the near side. Still, SLPCR holds it in. Long bomb of a shot, deflects off Jung and goes wide to the corner. Northwest wound and fired as we're under 2 minutes to go here in the period.
And again, SLPCR team getting a little pressure out in front of the Elk River net.
You mentioned, Howie, that Coach Nelson talking about the penalty kill on the defensive side of things for special teams as you see the Northwest long bomb that nearly turned into a rebound. But now you also can see that they need to go back to the drawing board a little bit on the offensive side of the power play. Still very early, which makes this an even tougher matchup for both of these teams. You know you're going to get a good team. You're early and haven't been able to work out any kinks that you find early in the season. The pass went in behind initially on McLean. She settled and took the shot, but it was off wide, just tipping the glove of Miller.
Yeah, you want to, if you're going to make those mistakes, make them early and learn from them as the season. It's a long season as it continues on.
You look back at what SLPCR did a season ago, and they basically lost a single game after December the 12th. They went on that great run
They did.
in the month of January. That propelled them into a run to the semifinals in the section. 8-1 in the month of January, 14-1 from the 12th of December on. So they corrected a few things. And they stayed corrected. We're under a minute to go here in the first period. They would run into a tough Maple Grove team in those section semis.
Yes, they did.
Crimson ended up winning the section. Elks trying to hang on to possession for the final ticks of this first period. Right down on the doorstep, Miller had traffic in front of her with Kelsey King posted right up on her. Still able to shovel it off to her defense in the corner. Icing will get it back the other way. We'll get some fresh skaters. 20 seconds here. 19 actually standing on the clock.
Yeah, the Elks, again, putting a little pressure down in the SLPCR end. And we've seen that a number of times tonight, just clearing that puck out, taking the icing and just clearing the commotion away from in front of the net and able to get a change.
Face off, stick side of Miller. Long shot through traffic, sails well wide. Didn't have to worry about it. Down into the corner. Simakevich working alongside Northwest. Northwest a lot of time on the ice on that first defensive unit for Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids. Simakevich takes it out of the zone. Less than a second. Won't get the shot away off the stick of Liz Zarat. So 3 different power play opportunities for Spring Lake Park. Nothing out of it. We go scoreless after 1. Girls hockey tonight here on CTN.
Did you know that fluorescent bulbs like this must be recycled? These energy-saving bulbs are becoming the norm in the marketplace, but many people don't know they contain mercury, a toxic chemical that can seep into the air if the bulb is broken. All of these bulbs must be recycled, and it's easy to drop them off at the Coon Rapids Recycling Center. Local retailers will often recycle these bulbs as well, but no matter what, do not throw them away. They are considered a hazardous material to our environment. Recycling, made easy for you, right here in Coon Rapids.
At the Elk River Ice Arena tonight, a scoreless first period between the Elks and Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. There were definitely some shots and definitely some chances for SLPCR as they had 3 power plays. I thought Sammy Miller played a very good first period there, Howie.
Well, yeah, she's a very good goaltender. Kept them in the game, as we mentioned, against Wayzata. Has done a nice job of keeping him in this period.
That last shot you saw there was the one that had some open net off of Hannah Schultz's stick and just could not steer it in past the post. So 0 for 3 in the power play. And you look at the stats there, 8 saves made for Sammy Miller, 5 on the other side for Megan Jung. And both of them under duress at times. I thought Elk River, even strength, did a better job putting on some pressure against SLPCR.
Yeah, they really did. And you know, they're fortunate Sammy Miller is that quality goaltender that she is, because this could be an Elk River lead at this point.
You saw at the bottom there just that 1 power play shot on goal. You have 3 shots at it, 3 chances at the power play. Ought to be able to generate a little more offense than that. We'll see if that cleans up, if that becomes a storyline throughout the rest of this game. A second period of action from Elk River will come your way shortly. Elks and SLPCR scoreless after 1 here on CTN.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Back for the start of the second period. Scoreless in the first. Each team, some chances. 3 power plays for SLPCR. J.W. Cox alongside Howie Shapiro. First game of the season here for the Elks. Megan Young, just a sophomore, a little bit of time last season. And Del Castillo, a lot of golden chances at the net. See if she can find some more of that offense that they're looking for this season.
Well, the Elks get that first period under their belt, so we'll see what the style of play is here coming number 2.
Great point. That's their first period of hockey officially this season. And sometimes you can work out the kinks within the stretch of a game.
Yep, no question.
Especially the way you get the intermissions here. We'll see how the Elks fire out. Attacking left to right here in this second period. SLPCR in those red and blue uniforms, the Cardinal on one side, the Panther on the other. Second year of the co-op of this version. Second year, still no name. We talked about that a little bit off.
They will remain nameless.
Named by just the cities themselves. Puck slides out to the front, long shot. Fired on and then just deflected wide, and now all the way back down the ice. Kennedy Mitchell from her defensive spot near the blue line fired that one on. Everybody gets a change here. 16:06 remaining.
You know, I think one of the other things Coach Nelson wanted to work at is opportunities at shots on net. Not a lot of shots on net against Wayzata, even though they scored 3 goals. Just 5 in this first period for the SLPCR squad, and I know they would like offensively to work on that part of their game.
And even more than the number they got, they were outshot by 20 in that game against Wayzata.
Yep, they were.
So it's tough to find your way back from a deficit. And the other team's handling all the offensive pressures. That one's flown in from the blue line, turned away by Miller. Miller was 35 of 39 stopping shots in that first game against Wayzata. Stopped 9 in that first period. Again off her pads, down in for King in that far corner. Hounded by the defense. SLPCR can't quite pull it away. Take it in along the goal line instead, and now lost right out of the zone. Springman got going a little too fast there. He couldn't hang on to the puck. On the way back in, Panthers forced to touch up as Sidakevich got in too tight, too quickly. Back the other way for the Elks. Around the boards it goes. Back out near the blue line, touched up by Shamira. She sent it back down. It's chased in by Maria Brown. Brown on that third line. Walks in behind the goal line. Brings it all the way back out. Mitchell tries to send it down along the boards. Deflected out in front, right back to Brown. Hard slide into the boards. Down defensively. That was Maddie Bloomquist who took that tumble. She's back up and into the play. Everything off to our left here, and now an intercepted pass in the far side circle. SLPCR needed that to get out of the zone and move it back down to the other end. Also changes coming up. Brown leaks out, pass to her. Defensive Schultz catches right up. Tick sooner, and that could have been a break off this near side for Brown.
Yeah, and Schultz's all-around game is so strong.
Leaves it back, trying there in front. Keller couldn't swing through. She goes to the bench. Puck still in the corner. Schultz cycles back up to her natural defensive spot. Out off the skate of McLean as she moves it into the zone. Takes it around the far side circle. Pushed down below the goal line by Schultz. Back up, tries to hand that one off, and it's taken away. Schultz moves it off the boards in front of the Elks bench. Blomqvist sends it down. Chase on for Fraser. She loses out to 2 defenders coming down for the Elks. Back and forth we've gone here. Westgard calling for the puck as she floats up the near side. Didn't get it. Puck scoots into the corner. Now Westgard below the goal line. Lost the puck, trying to shovel it back forward. SLPCR comes away with it. Del Castillo. Del Castillo with Bezcalo to her right. Walks it below the goal line. Forced there by the defense. And now it's taken away by King. King will move it up. For Elk River, sends it to Springman. There's an offsides on the far side there. It'll bring us back out of the zone.
Just a couple of shots on goal by Elk River. Not one yet for SLPCR. as they're trying to generate some offense here in period number 2.
They were stuck down on that end of the ice on their attacking end, but didn't generate much offense out of it. Since then, we've been going back and forth. It's the 3rd time we've had to redo a face-off here. Gonna kick Mallory Corrigan out. Out of the zone, it scoots. Blomqvist tracks it down to the far side. Cormier touched it back to her. Could be the outlet as the pressure staying on for the Elks to again keep it inside their attacking end. Down to the corner. Cormier moves it out. Del Castillo shovels it ahead on the boards. Kornick skates it back. Elks try to move it into the middle. They do. Get it out in front for King. King, she's stopped up in her pursuit by Corrigan, who just got a piece of that puck. Forced it out of the zone. Mitchell now flying in near side circle. Fires the shot wide. Miller was flinging the stick out at it, but it went wide as we're under 12 minutes to go here in this second period. Still scoreless. Neither team with a power play opportunity here in the second. Panthers, Cardinals, SLPCR went 0 for 3 in the first period.
Well, both periods, the first period went by quickly. This one is actually going by fairly quickly as well.
Puck loose in front. Miller dives, and now the whistle comes in to blow play dead. We'll get a face-off off to her stick side. Allows her to gather up that stick. We'll see the athleticism of Sammy Miller off to her right.
Yeah, she's able to. It was a quick whistle.
Yeah, I thought so too. It looked like she was going to settle the puck at that blocker side, but yeah, it trickled right out.
Yeah, it did come right out.
As it is, face-off for the Elks. Mitchell backhands it forward, intercepted by SLPCR and sent back down the ice. Chased down by Shamira. Finds Brown. Rachel Dorff, senior forward who had a goal a season ago in her junior campaign. See if she finds more ice time for the Elks this year as the season goes on. Back across for SLPCR. Runner leaves it on back right to Zarate. Just held in by Schultz. Back to Simikevich along the goal line. Shovels a backhanded chance in there. Picked up out in front. Keller couldn't get the clean look as the defense collapsed. Zarate tried to change sides there. She pushed along the boards. It was intercepted and taken back. Westgard fires out in front. Shoveling shot on Miller. Deflected away, still loose. A lot of hacking at it going on, and the puck finally free and loose back behind the net. Back out for another long shot. Deflects off the pad of Miller.
Well, Miller did just enough to keep that puck out of the net. But that was a great chance for the Elks on that opportunity. They just couldn't put it inside.
Beautiful pass from Westgard. Didn't see who it was that was standing on the doorstep.
Westgard's a good player. They've got a
long shot, sails high. A little bit of help from the blocker there of Sammy Miller to move it past. So PCRs would go under 10 minutes to go here in the second. Moves around the boards, intercepted. Taken by Madison. Bazal right back out in front. They'll force Miller to cover it up as Bazal left it right back out in front for Riley Springman.
Yeah, a nice pass in front of the net and a good opportunity, but right into the breadbasket of Sammy Miller. She's able to easily cover that one up.
Hoping to catch Miller, still shifting to that near side, but she's centered back up. Able to shut Springman down. Face off to the stick side of Miller. Del Castillo floats in to take it. Moved out of the zone. Again, at even strength. That's been the theme of this game. At even strength, Elk River has had much more possession time and a few better looks than the SLPCR squad has.
Yeah, they really have, and that first line specifically for Elk River is playing really well, putting a lot of pressure in on Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids net. And of course, we've talked about it all game so far. Sammy Miller doing a nice job of making sure that puck does not find the back of the net. 11 shots on goals, 3 in this period for Elk River. Coon Rapids SLP yet to find a shot on goal.
There are freshmen dotted all over this ice and all over the lineups for both of these teams.
Yes.
You saw Sarah McClellan there a moment ago for SLPCR. Now a break straight down the middle, one-on-one on Miller. Floats to the far side post and shuts it down. Draws the applause of her own bench. She was on an island there with King, who's shown a lot of speed for Elk River today. King still has it, floating into the corner. Back out for Springman. Springman lost the puck. It's swept away by Bezcalo. Not yet cleared, but now Del Castillo is able to shovel it up. She'll chase with Bezcalo on this near side. Lose the puck backwards. Blomqvist has to chase after it. The icing, no, we'll bring it back. Just about 8:40 to go. Here's the last break.
Yeah, great
King
opportunity.
flying down.
Look, Miller does, as you mentioned, does a nice job of staying with it and then cutting off that short angle.
That's a good read. She made her decision, went to the left side right away. That's where the shot came. Face off now to the glove side of Megan Jung. Corrigan in to take it. Shoots it to the far side corner. Picked up first by Kennedy Mitchell. Pass dangerous out in front, but it was just behind Simikiewicz. She chases up the ice, and we're going to see the first penalty on SLPCR. As Kordick tried to attack.
Now the first opportunity of the year for Elk River to go use their power play, see how they work their special team. So you see the penalty.
Trip there with the stick dragging in. Not only out of the gates for these two teams as top 20 teams, but as we mentioned off the top, it's the first conference matchup of the season. Both these teams finished in the top 5 a year ago. So on the power play, Sammy Miller, who's done a great job stopping 11 shots in this game so far.
She'll be tested here.
Westergaard was floating down the slot and they couldn't find her. There's a stop by Miller. Puck floated right back out in front. SLPCR able to send it all the way back down as Hannah Schultz ushered it into the other end. Under a minute 30 remaining here in the power play chance. First of the evening for Elk River. Schultz touches it along the far side boards. Brings her down to a knee to try and take it away from Westgard. Westgard floats on her own, sends it down below the goal line. Back to Westgard outside the circle. She'll fire the shot off the pads right in front of Miller. Oaks keeping the pressure on. Good touch of a puck right out in front as it was on its way to Mitchell. Still was able to slide it towards the net, but an easier chance and a save to slide it along for Sammy Miller. Bazal from outside the far circle. Her pass deflected away. Del Castillo chasing down on Mitchell. Westergaard holds it up as we come up on 40 seconds to go remaining in this power play. This will take us under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Far side Springman. Got to the corner, left it back. 2 shots on this power play. Here with now 20 seconds left. SLPCR takes it away. In below the goal line. Schultz able to work it up. Tried to dangle it right back in front of Mitchell and bring it back. Could not do it. It's Kornick, excuse me, who took it away from her. But still a great play to help kill this penalty, and now it is officially done as Simikiewicz will skate across the ice. So a combined 0 for 4 for the two teams on their power play chances. Back to even here with 6 minutes, coming up on 6 minutes to go in the period.
Well, Coach Nelson has to be pleased with that penalty kill since they gave up 2 power play goals to Wayzata, able to fight that one off here tonight.
And you mentioned coming in, that was something they wanted to work on out of that game. Not a lot of practice time, obviously, between Saturday and today, but Certainly a point of emphasis, even if you're not working on it on the ice. Put it in the mind of your squad as Elk River gets the change. Bezcalo moves in past the blue line. Had Keller off to the right. Keller can't control it. Pops out. Westgard chases. Westgard moving down against Northwest. Shot comes in front as Westgard left it back for McLean. It was steered away by Sammy Miller. 14-14 as far as 14 of 14 in saves for Sammy Miller. Everybody gets a change. We get the face-off to the glove side of Miller with 5:18 remaining here in the period.
Yeah, so far we have not seen a lot of stoppages in play and allowing these periods to flow by fairly quickly.
3 of the 4 penalties in the first period. That was the 3 chances for SLPCR. Here comes Zarate firing through. Puck left behind. Second chance. Blomqvist had a look at it. Brazier had a look at it, and Jung ended up on her back, but still made the save.
The best chance of the evening so far for SLPCR is able to come in, and Jung got a piece of that.
Yep.
And then, as you mentioned, she's able to cover up.
She had plucked that with the glove on that first try from Zarate. There was no chance then coming in for Brazier. Turned into a scrum in front of the net. Now stick side face-off. 5-minute mark left in period number 2. Still scoreless. Broken stick. Chance. Back out in front. Zarate again. That time more traffic. Now back fresh off the bench. One-on-one with Miller. Shot goes wide. Golden opportunity for Madison Bazal, who had come in for the Elks player who had lost the stick.
Well, sometimes your eyes get so big, you get that breakaway opportunity. You just shoot that one wide.
She had her own zip code as she came down the
did,
slot
no
there.
question.
Fortunate for SLPCR. Miller's made some great saves. That one would have had a chance. She was in position, but it sailed wide anyway. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. Through a change for the Elks. Puck slides in front of their bench. Del Castillo can't catch up to it. Back the other way it goes. Springman takes the backhanded look off the pads of Miller. Second attempt, she swung at it once, and then it was still loose out in front. Finally, the whistle comes in as King was down there in front with Miller. Fighting for the puck. Springman brought it in.
Again, another good chance for Elk River here on the break and putting the puck right into Miller. The rebound coming back, but Sammy Miller does a nice job of making sure she brings that puck in.
It's a nifty little backhand that Springman put on there. Didn't quite wind up. Kind of a quick hitter there for her. Miller with some equipment fixes going on. She'll get set. Stopped 17 shots today. Once again, SLPCR being outshot by a wide margin, -10.
Yeah, just 2 in this period. They want to go the other way. They're going less shots here in the second period than they had in the first. They want to go north, not south.
And yet still scoreless at the moment as Miller makes another save, dropping the pads down. Puck slid dangerously free to the far side of the goal line. Defense able to pluck it away, take it out of harm's way. Chase down towards the boards. Carmine moved it all the way back down. And that'll be an icing to bring it back. Just shy of 3:20 to go here in the second.
Yeah, both squads getting some changes here on this break.
Mentioned number 9 Blaine next up for SLPCR.
Yep.
We're in number 8 Centennial. It's another road game.
Yeah, 3 of their first 4 games on the road for SLPCR. They'll be playing at Fogarty on Saturday against Blaine, as you mentioned earlier.
2 Saturdays, well, a week from this coming Saturday, they'll travel to East Grand Forks.
We won't be
Another road
covering
game.
that game.
Won't get up there for that one.
No.
That one deflected out in front again. Traffic plus Sammy Miller turning into the save there for SLPCR. You hear a lot of coaches and players, though, talk about those trips can not only be fun, but also kind of be a galvanizing early season experience.
Without question, it brings the squad together usually, and everybody hopefully has a good time. And
long shot, that caught a piece of Miller's. It flew back to the glass. Going to face off. We'll go glove side this time as Miller had a little bit of an issue with her helmet. And the mask there. See Bezcalo, freshman on the top line for SLPCR. An opportunity early in her high school career to be an impact player. Good pass across in front. Swing and a miss though. Made the shot go wide. Pass Miller. Schultz enters it in across the blue line. Bezcalo floating in towards the net opposite side. Puck slides to her past Keller. Bezcalo sends it back around the boards. Schultz waits there. Under 2.5 to go here in the second. Collision there. Schultz took it away. Quick shot fired, deflected down. Bezcalo is in front. Arm is up. We're going to have a delayed penalty. And I think they're going to get this on the netminder.
yeah, I think she took her down in front of the net.
Yep.
See if we can see it here.
It's the Schultz shot.
Yep.
Bezcalo.
Yeah.
Just got tripped to the left side of the frame. See who they send into the box for that. So this will be the 4th power play. They'll send Ellie Humphrey, a sophomore defender.
So just about for the remainder of the second period, SLPCR should be on the power play.
Got it on the doorstep quickly. Corrigan had her shot deflected. Ray Kornick stopped it up. So yeah, just about a 5-second differential between what is on the 2-minute penalty and the game clock. Elk River has already killed off 3 penalties today. And they'll get a shorthanded shot and have a shorthanded face-off to the glove side coming up of Sammy Miller.
Well, that's a nice win for the Elks. You take some time off the clock and you get an opportunity to keep it down in the SLPCR end.
Simikevich going off. So Bezcalo. Del Castillo out there as well. Corrigan and Schultz, and they're looking for the first special teams goal of the season for SLPCR, though just less than 2 games in. Taken away. Westgard floats it in past the blue line, fires it high over the crossbar, but she gets her own rebound. And possession on the power play has been dominated by the Elks. Westgard again floats outside the circle, sends it near post on the rebound, and a shorthanded chance goes through. The Elks leading 1-0. Kelsey King, backdoor goal off the shot from Westgard.
That was a nice job working that penalty kill by Elk River. Ends up leading to a goal. Gets that rebound off of Miller, and not much Miller could do on that. Kelsey King right there to poke that puck home. And you see it again, just that pressure, shorthanded, that Elk River is applying, and there's the rebound. And Kelsey King says, "Look what I found. Easy goal for me." Put it back into the net. Takes that 1-0 lead shorthanded. Kelsey King committed to Mankato.
She'll be playing as a Maverick.
Yes.
And that is her first goal of the season. She had 11 a season ago to go with 7 assists. Just a sophomore, so still some time to refine her game before she heads down 169 to Minnesota State. So can the SLPCR special teams unit find an answer? They're still on the power play for another 50 seconds. Great patience, by the way, on that goal from Westgard, who won possession and then let herself just float all the way down to the goal line. Knowing time killing off the clock was even more important than getting a great shot. Still were able to find a way to poke it through. Under 30 we go, in the advantage. And again, as you look down, it's on the stick of an Elk. Finally taken away. Schultz speeds up the ice. In she goes and leaves it back. Dumps it for Bloomquist, back to Schultz, along the short angle shot from the goal line. Can't curl it around. 6 seconds left. Puck skitters up the ice. Schultz, Northquist stops it up. Again, right back into the middle. Bit of a break. Miller makes the stop into her left elbow with just over 1 second at 1.2 here in the arena.
Almost another good situation for Elk River. Thanks to Sammy Miller making the save, did not lead to a goal, but the Elks out shooting SLPCR 21-8 now as we're just about ready to end this second period.
That was Kornick, who was double figures in goals and assists a season ago. And they were going to redo that face-off. We'll see if they actually do it again. And I think they are going to bring everybody back for the 1.2. So not quite done yet. Have to redo the face-off with 1.2 on the clock. 1-0 the lead for Elk River as they got a shorthanded goal from Kelsey King with the assist from Tria Westgard. Now time winds off.
That'll do it.
That sends us to the second intermission. So a 1-0 lead for the Elks. Got the only goal. It was shorthanded. Third period coming your way next. Elk River leading SLPCR on CTN.
That's the one. I will not be news today. I will not make another push to be the first man in space with frosted tips and a puka shell necklace. And I will not go viral when my terror is caught on camera when I finally realize that in the vacuum of space, no one can hear you sing. I'm Lance Bass, and I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Back in Elk River as the Elks have a 1-0 lead over Coon Rapids SLP out of the second period. A third period still to come, and plenty of pressure from Elk River throughout that period, Howie, but it was short-handed, but they would finally get their goal as Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids has now had 4 power play opportunities in this game, yet to score, and now they find themselves down a goal, despite a great game from Sammy Miller so far. And throughout the period, this was the end of the ice we were working on. Miller made great saves, and then finally was one that would just trickle through. Again, a breakaway this time for Kelsey King, who would eventually be the goal scorer. Miller stands on her head, but this was the best chance for the SLPCR squad all period long. And on another break that just went off the back of the glass behind, SLPCR did put some pressure on. That was the tripping penalty that put him on the power play, and then shorthanded. Westgard from the far side, it trickles through. Kelsey King knocks it in.
Yeah, not much Miller could have done on that play as that puck just kind of came out right in front, and as you mentioned, Kelsey King jumping all over that, putting it to the back of the net for that lone goal. But 21-8, Elk River out shooting SLPCR, and that's a concern for Coach Nelson and her staff, is they need to generate some opportunities and some more shots on net.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just a 1-0 deficit, so plenty of time, but they got a third period to play, but nonetheless. And also 4 power play opportunities generating nothing, basically.
No power play goals so far, and they have been outshot now majorly in both of their 2 games so far, with 1 game in the books plus 2 periods. We'll see if that changes in the third when we start things coming up. SLPCR down a goal. 1 period to go here on CTN.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 Wonders of the World.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
For the second time in as many games, the Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids girls hockey team goes into the third trailing. Last time it was 2 goals, this time just a single goal here at Elk River. J.W. Cox alongside Howie Shapiro for the final period. And Howie just the 1 goal, shorthanded. We've talked about it. Biggest thing is you look at the shots on goal, 21-8 being outshot by that Elk squad right there. And need to find a way if you're SLPCR to put more pucks towards the net.
Yeah, generate some offense, JW, and offense, and this is something that SLPCR needs to do. Had a difficult time getting shots on goal in that first game against Wayzata, excuse me. But coming in here, just the 8 shots through 2 periods, that's got to concern Coach Nelson a little bit.
Anytime you lose a top scorer, as both of these teams did, but specifically talking on the side of SLPCR, you're going to go through an adjustment period. Who to look for, who's going to send those shots to the net. Do have some good candidates.
They do, no question about it. It's just a matter of trying to generate those opportunities.
And don't forget the runs we mentioned a season ago. Offside's going to be the whistle. And it was a slower, close to even, basically, start to the first 5 or 6 games for SLPCR before they went on that deep run starting second week of December, going 14-1 into the sectional tournament.
Well, they lost when they lost Taylor Turnquist a year ago. 68 points of offense from that young lady, and she was very good. And we covered a lot of their games. A lot of great opportunities from her, and also getting her teammates going as well.
She would kind of have a similar path to Hannah Schultz, as it's the Elks that hold possession here, but Turnquist started her career mainly as a defender, and then last year, seeing the skill set and the speed, moved her to a true forward. In on Miller again, sat down, made the save. No, it's in! Late whistle by the official, late call. He came over pointing at the puck, and it slipped in past Sammy Miller.
Well, Miller tried to pin it, and it was tough from our angle to see it because her back was to the puck, but we can see it from here.
It looked like she tried to get that glove down on it, and the official came right in there on the line. Said it trickled through. And Westgard celebrates right in front.
She's been pressuring the SLPCR net all evening long, and she's rewarded there with a goal, as our official is talking to assistant coach Matt Mossy on that decision.
At the very least, to find an explanation for what he saw. So it is 2-0. Minute 1 into the period. Westgard, a senior, at 13 goals a season ago.
Well, that makes it a little more difficult task for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids, a team that's struggling to generate some offense, now down by 2 goals.
Ray Kornick given the assist. King, who scored the first goal. That really syncs them up with what they faced in the third period against Wayzata. Down 4-2 going in there, as you mentioned earlier. They cut it to 4-3. Gave themselves a chance to tie it up there. Plenty of work to do here. Just under 15.5 to go. The Elks have just dominated possession too much to give an indication to this point that SLPCR will be able to find a way to push back in this one. Springman trying to send it along the boards. It's finally extracted by Bloomquist. And Springman's going to get whistled for the shove there on Bloomquist coming down the near side boards. So interference.
It's the 5th time that that Elk River has been in the box here in this contest, and SLPCR not able to find any opportunities. Just 3 shots on goal in those first 4 power play opportunities. Looking to see if they can get more here.
Schultz sends it into traffic, deflected away. It's the skates out in front. Again, the puck slides across the blue paint, but well in front of Jean. Working on a shutout here. Did have 3 a season ago, playing in her freshman season in limited time. A shorthanded action as McLean gets just in past the blue line and fires it forward. Del Castillo comes away with it. Westgard pokes it away. Cornick in the middle. McLean will again fire it from deep. That one sails well wide. All the way around for Del Castillo as we have just 1:20 remaining. Power play chance. Schultz enters in. Stops at that near side circle. That's where she's operated from. Looked for Del Castillo. Instead caught in behind the net by Corrigan. Just trickles out. Penalty kill has been 4 for 4 for the Elks.
Yeah, they've been solid there.
Northquest back in. Inside the circle, drops in behind the goal line. Not a lot of crisp passing when they've gotten on the special teams, or not crisp enough to lead to some chances for SLPCR. Centerville continue to work on and adjust as the season goes on. They do still have 35 seconds to go in this power play. Chance to cut the lead in half. Del Castillo nearly had some space. It was knocked away, though, instead by Madison Bazal. Back to Del Castillo. She'll fire the shot. Swallowed up there by Jones. She had her 3 shutouts against Dodge County early in the season and later in the year against Duluth and Andover. Great play off the glass from Del Castillo.
Yeah, and able to put a shot on net. You can generate opportunities down there to keep that puck in the Elks' end.
Take it away. Chance up the ice for Haley Johnson. Miller comes aggressively out of the net to poke it away from out in front of her. Again, shorthanded. Another 10 seconds of the power play. Miller forced to steer a shot away. Simikiewicz up the near side. She's tied up. Sent down. No whistle coming on that. And that will end the 5th power play chance of this game for the Panthers. Excuse me, the Panther Cardinals. Cardinal Panthers. The nameless ones, as they have gone 0 for 5. Long shot, knocked down right in front. Stick and glove of Jean. Drops it down to keep play moving. The defense flies in to extract the puck. Mitchell flying up the near side, flies right past the official. Somehow maintained.
Yeah, almost took a part of that stick.
Hermine was down in front, shuttles right off of Miller's pad. She again also kept it alive. Both these goaltenders have found ways to play the puck away on some of these saves, not just swallowing everything up. That one though does go down for the icing.
You can see it here, and just does a nice job of getting around and putting that right to Jung. The rebound comes out front, but you know, Elk River's again done a nice job of clearing pucks away from in front of the net.
Yeah, you saw right there, there's 2 defenders right in front of Jung as she knocks it down. She's got the confidence to not have to swallow and stop everything. Puck pops up. Sammy Miller cradles that one. Mentioned Shea McLean is one of the players to watch coming in. She's taking the face-off now against Corrigan. We go under 12. Puck skips along and just sails wide. Past Miller on the stick side. SLPCR able to bring it out. Flying down on the near side. Long shot steered away. Northquest just decided to wind and fire before she even touched the blue line. Could not catch Jung off guard. Cornick past center ice. Leaves it back. Westgard. Westgard an assist and a goal in this one. Sends it back down with 11.5 to play.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that. Looking to get the puck back up top.
Right side for Cornick. From the blue line, shovels it back out in front. Traffic deflected that one away. Miller was trying to get into position and may well have. And now it's turned over. King takes it at the far side circle. King tips the puck up and goes wide. SLPCR struggling to get it out from behind their own net. Playing it back to Northquest. in the corner. Megan Ganley had it pinned for a moment over there. She goes and plays near the blue line. Trickles down to King, who was straddling the goal line there, but couldn't settle and spin for a shot. Puck slips out of the zone. Springman plays it back. Under 10.5 we go. Still a 2-goal deficit. Kelsey King scored the first, back in the second period, shorthanded. Just over a minute into the third, the lead expanded to 2. Now from the goal line, just sailing out. Another short angle shot coming in there for the Elks. Laura Shamir firing it forward on Miller.
Yeah, looking to spin out and a quick shot in on net, but Miller gloves it.
3 of the first 5 are here at home for the Elks. So we mentioned won 10 games here on their home ice a season ago. They'll get Maple Grove and North Metro here. Zarate through center ice. Somehow keeps the puck against 2 defenders there. Able to shovel it ahead. Keller backhands it below the goal line as we tuck under 10 minutes to go here in the third. Taken away by the Elks. Whistle behind the play though. And it's going to be on Elk River.
Another power play opportunity for SLPCR.
They're going to have a lot of film to study on
they
the
will,
power
no
play.
question. No question. They need just to be trying to get some success on that skater advantage. Number 6 now on the Elks.
That one on Shamir. All of the 2-minute variety, they've gone 0 for 5. Chance to cut the lead in half, still with plenty of time to work here. Schultz walks in a little closer to take that deep shot. On the rebound, Del Castillo was there. It was taken away. Back shorthanded come the Elks. Puck poked off the stick, and right it goes to Corrigan. Corrigan tries to go cross ice. That pass intercepted by Bazal. Bazal leaves it at the blue line. There's Del Castillo. Del Castillo to the middle for Corrigan. Simikevich off wide, and she was offside. Just couldn't hold up enough. Really, it was a little bit of a change of pace for Corrigan there, and I think that caught Simikevich off guard.
Yeah, they had a little momentum going to a frustration, I'm sure, on their behalf.
Neutralized face-off, just over a minute 30 remaining here in the power play. Down 2-0. King off the face-off. Moves it in past Northwest. They'll fight along the board. Schultz comes in to pick it up. Del Castillo to her left. They enter the zone together. Schultz fires. Shot deflected and saved down. Puck still alive. Sent in towards Jung. This time she'll cover it up with the pass on the backhand from Corrigan. Anna Schultz hit the deck hard at the beginning of that exchange when she let her first shot go. Is now up and skating back into the play as you see it again.
Again, it's yeah, when she let that go, she lost an edge and skated, as you mentioned, skated harder than the board. She's tough.
Northwest couldn't hold it in on the far side blue line. Turns and Bezcalo does send it down as we're under a minute to go. The 6th power play chance for SLPCR. Schultz fires that one on, deflects off the glove. Second try, Del Castillo puts it in towards the net. That was deflected back. And the rebound is deflected wide. Schultz has to walk along the blue line. Turns away. And now she'll go all the way back to attack with the pass up to the far side past Del Castillo. Unfortunately there, they couldn't clear the zone fast enough with Schultz right on the doorstep.
Already as many shots on net in this power play as they had in all the 5 previous.
We'll call that progress.
Yeah.
Final 15. Change coming on. Final 15 with that change may as well be the end here as Mitchell has possession up the far side. Fire the shot, deflected wide. That's going to end the power play. And 0 for 6 here tonight. Chances that could have been, including giving up a shorthanded goal. Fresh off the advantage, back to even strength. It's brought in by Bloomquist. The pass deflected out, and Elk River touch it ahead. Shamira moved it down, a recent resident of the penalty box. Back past the circle, Bazal. Can't hold it in. Less than 7.5 to go in this opening game for Elk River, the second game for SLPCR as they try to find their first win. McLean right to the middle for Cornick, pops it up, still alive, and deflected in and stopped under the pad of Sammy Miller.
Yeah, the Elks putting a little pressure in on Sammy Miller, as they had numbers at first.
Well, puck just bouncing free there for a while. 6:59 to go. Miller, despite the scores, played a very good game, facing 25 shots here today. Second straight game she's had 25 plus come her way. Taken away, Del Castillo steps inside a defender, rolls it in on Jung, and turned into a relatively easy save. Del Castillo was walled off there, couldn't get the full shot on that. Good turnover chance there for SLPCR. Under 6.5. Icing will bring it back the other way.
Time running out for SLPCR. They'd like to be able to cut this lead in half fairly quickly, if at all possible. But playing a little better here in this third period, at least offensively, getting more opportunity.
Even on the power play, as
Yep.
you mentioned, more shots on that final one than they'd had. Just have to start that from the beginning, and then by the time you end up with the third penalty, it's really clicking. That's when you can find a way to score.
And that's key, finding a way to score here.
Del Castillo, another turnover, takes the shot quicker this time. It's deflected off of Jung. Second time in about the last 2 minutes that Brady Del Castillo has turned the puck over and picked it up for SLPCR. Near center ice. Over 6 we go. Puck trickles out of the zone. Cleared out by the Elks. Springman sends it in. Bloomquist tries to turn it back out. Instead it's King. Walks through the circles from the slot, fired it down. It was deflected out in front. Down the ice, Schultz out in front. Schultz in the blue paint, knocks it forward. It's deflected out, not settled by Jung. And Schultz showing the speed there, just could not beat Jung, who has stopped all 18 offerings SLPCR has sent her way. Northquist from the near circle sends it wide, helped along the way by the blocker save of Jung. Northquist will play it back. 19 shots on goal in game 1 for Spring Lake Park Coon Rapids. Sitting on that 18 mark right now, under 5 to play here in the third.
Well, they're able to cut that margin down, just 26-18 shots on goal now for Elk River. It was a heftier margin earlier.
And cut it down as far as shots allowed. They allowed 39 to Wayzata in that one. So again, more progress. We talked about it. Both of these teams, it is a big test. It is a big game because it's conference. It's two teams that will look to be playoff bound and deep into the playoffs later on in the season, but it's so very early.
Yes, it is. No question.
Turns it into more of a good test than any sort of late season implications on the line. Certainly not the case right now. Coming up on 4 minutes to go, another Sammy Miller save. And the whistle, and I believe it's going to be on the Elks again. So they'll get one more chance at least. They've got time for 2 more penalties, Howard. There's 4:11 to go. You see it there just late, in on the net. And that's why Madison Bazal, who's played a good defensive game for the Elks, finds her way into the box.
Yeah, number 7, third of this period. Power play opportunity for SLPCR.
Even if it becomes too little too late here, which you never know if you pop a goal early in this penalty, specifically with 4 minutes to go, but
well, they
certainly feel good about it.
They scored their 3rd goal against Wayzata with just a little over 2 minutes remaining on Saturday, so they like that late game drama.
Schultz left it into Corrigan. Corrigan couldn't find the puck as it was deflected by Mitchell in front of her. just escapes the blue line. Too many times that has happened on the far side on these power plays.
Yeah, just could not keep that in.
That time it was Northwest. Schultz at neutral ice. Played back to Del Castillo. She'll walk it in. Stays on side. Has Corrigan off to the right. Pass just a little too far behind her stick. Back down to Del Castillo on the goal line. Almost a minute gone in this 7th power play opportunity. Schultz steps inside a defender with a nifty move. Fires it off the pads of Zhang. Under a minute to go in the penalty. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the game. Simikiewicz fires the pass to space at neutral ice. Del Castillo can't catch up to it. Schultz along the boards. Back to this near side. Zerati. Bloomquist tried to skate around a defender. Good stick work there by Westgard, who has a goal and an assist. Her hands on both of the goals for the Elks today. 18 remaining as Del Castillo moves it into the zone. Del Castillo moves it out in front. She had Bezcalo floating there with her. That was the last best chance in that penalty.
Yeah, just one shot on goal in that power play opportunity. Again, not enough offense generated.
As you have a couple of times, though, you also have to credit the penalty kill.
Oh, no question.
For Elk River. They will have a penalty coming up here on a near breakaway by King. Stopping that up, and it will be the Elks who end up on the advantage, likely to finish out this game. Pretty clear to see it there.
Yeah, and just the second penalty of the game on SLPCR, but comes with less than 2 minutes remaining here, and they're trailing 2-0.
And they'll take a timeout. I believe the call over there for Coach Sager.
Yeah, talk about things here with 1:53 remaining.
But
Two-goal cushion.
But like you said, it's obviously a great power play kill that they're going to be working with. The way they just own the puck once they find it, it's not just slapping it out of the zone. They've been able to work it through neutral ice more often than not when they do take it away on the power play.
No question about it, and able to take valuable time off the clock in doing so.
Miss any of the action? Catch it on YouTube, youtube.com/CTN Studios. See Coach Nelson there. One end of her special teams a little bit better because, again, they've killed off the only other penalty. Look at another chance pretty much to kill it off here. 7-second differential.
Well, Coach Sager has to be happy with the way his squad has performed here in their opening game of this season.
White Bear Lake is next.
Yeah, again, not coming in with certain expectations and certain things that his squad can do, but until you get that real time and when the games actually count, you don't know for sure.
It was Maple Grove who officially ended up on top of the standings in the Northwest Suburban Conference. However, maybe mostly in the loss column there. They went 8-1-2 in conference play. Elk River, Blaine, Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids, and Centennial all won 11 or more games. So they had the win total over Maple Grove, but they all lost at least 2 games as well. Shaking out those 5 teams, the only teams with winning records in conference play. Anoka was next with a 7-8 mark, Andover 7-9. See if there's some shakeups in the conference as teams start to play here midway through November.
We're always a competitive conference.
Absolutely.
A lot of good teams stacked up in this area.
Even those teams with losing records in the conference ended up with 12, 13 overall wins. See the strong non-conference showing. The advantage for the second time tonight for the Elks. They scored their first goal short-handed. Long shot bombed in there by Madison Dazal. He took that last penalty that was killed off by the Elks a moment ago to keep it 2-0. The other thing that the Elks have discovered is Megan Jung might be the goalkeeper that they've been looking for as just a sophomore, as that save is made by Miller. Clean out in front with 1:21 remaining here in the game, 1:28. to keep the books and the penalty.
Always nice when you can get that younger goaltender playing quality minutes, and it bodes well for your program for the years to come as well.
Sammy Miller, of course, her second season with most of the net time. She's just a junior, so she's been down that path herself. There's Westgard. Pretty easy to see her stamp on this game, but even beyond the box score, she was a player that helped key some of those penalty kills as well. Where she can possess the puck, fires that long shot from the blue line, deflected out. Inside the final minute here of play. The meat grinder of an opening schedule for SLPCR will continue as they'll try to get their first win against Blaine now on Saturday.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, no question.
And Centennial follows next Tuesday as they get the Saturday-Tuesday schedule for the most part until they get into December, have a few Thursday games lined up. Up to Cornick, far side, final 25 seconds ticking away here. Held down. Late try, Miller knocks it down in front. Still some hacking going on with Cornick. They clear the net out in front with 2.6 standing in the arena. And we'll get a face-off to the glove side of Sammy Miller.
Yeah, a little pushing in front of the net. Of course, your defender's protecting your goaltender.
And the students, who for an early season matchup came out in a pretty good number and were at the very least vocal off to our right.
Absolutely.
They'll hit the exits before the final 2.6 runs off the clock.
Yeah, they got to get home, finish up their homework.
Absolutely. And that is your final horn. So 2-0 turns into the final. A second goal just a minute and 1 second into the third period sets the final margin as the winning goal came back in the second after a scoreless first period. 2-0 as 0-2 will now be the record of Spring Lake Park. Coon Rapids, Elk River goes to 1-0. And well, this is how it came down. Lots of shots throughout the first and second. The one goal, that's just a minute and 1 second in. And Westgard, who had an assist, how he finds a way to beat the post there. And then it was just not enough offense, even though they had a couple more power play chances in the third for SLPCR.
Yeah, and they had a couple of good opportunities, but they couldn't find the back of the net. And that goal early in the third period really was the kind of the nail in the coffin for SLPCR, as they got that two-goal cushion, not able to generate anything offensively.
So SLPCR, they had some good moments, able to find themselves on the power play 7 different times, did not come away with a goal in any of those, gave up the shorthanded goal, killed off 2 penalties on the other side, and they fall 2-0 in their second game of the season. Is take a look at what we'll be covering, and we've mentioned that game, Howie. Blaine against Coon Rapids SLP in girls hockey, 3 o'clock, and that one coming up this weekend. And then more girls hockey next Tuesday, live at 7. And then girls basketball for the first time, live at 7 on November 29th as Coon Rapids takes on Cambridge IC.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Some good coverage coming up, and we'll get that opportunity to see the basketball squad later in the month.
So 2-0, your final from here. And some stuff to work on. Plenty of pizza being eaten for everyone with CTN, including Howie Shapiro. I'm JW Cox. Have a great rest of your nights. Good night from all of us in Elk River.